Hey folks, Will Zariski, Florida licensed private investigator. As of recently, the past month, my wife and I have been proactive in discussing this algae bloom, this toxic algae bloom. In case you're not aware, what's going on here in Florida, um, we have a big lake, Lake Okeechobee, and what the Army Corps of Engineers has done through the governor, senator, and all the bureaucrats, they've reversed the natural flow of water from the lake. Instead of flowing into the Everglades, it now flows east and west into the waterways, the communities, and it's especially affecting the boating community, the liveaboards, um, and it's a shame. It's like pea soup. It emits odors. The CDC has come out, and the environmental agencies, they've come out saying this stuff can cause neurological problems, liver cancers, ALS, Alzheimer's, not to mention the sinus, sore throats, the headaches, upset stomachs, a whole host of health ailments. What we've done, my wife and myself, we put together a GoFundMe. Um, we're trying to help the existing liveaboards at a marina where we're at, get them out of here, and including ourselves. My wife is 8 months pregnant. We have done all we can. We've called the governor's office. I confronted Senator Bill Nelson. He didn't even respond to me at a roundtable meeting he had when he came into town here. Contacted the mayor of our city, and they just give you the runaround. They try to refer you to organizations like the Red Cross, Emergency Management Services. So when you call them, they're not even aware that Governor Scott even declared a state of emergency. We have been on Fox News, we've been on Wink News, we have been on CNBC, we've been on the front page of newspapers. Here's one here. See, let me show you. Right there, water concern. It's myself and my wife. We're front page on News Press as well. And at no avail, no help, no assistance. So we're calling on you and the community here. Have a heart, help us, because this problem isn't just going to affect anyone near the water, especially liveaboards, because we're right on top of the water. I've noticed it's going to a lot of different places. Finland, in the Gulf of Finland, the Weather Channel just reported a picture from the air that looks like where they have an algae bloom. It's cyanobacteria. It looks like a cyclone, like a hurricane cyclone. There's a man in Texas that died due to the algae bloom bacteria. There's fish kills. A 26-foot whale shark, juvenile whale shark, washed up. They just came out today, found out it was due to the red tide, the algae bloom that has killed this juvenile whale. Many fish, manatees, are coming up dead. So can you imagine what the long-term health effects will be on humans? And they've not announced that. They just said that it causes these ailments. And here with the pregnant wife, we put together this GoFundMe. Please help us. Not just us. There's about 20 liveaboards here at the marina. Some of them have existing health conditions where this is exacerbating it. And they're not doing anything. They've got grants in the millions of dollars. They're not building a reservoir so the water can run into that. You know, if they did that, then if we had any fires, they can just take the water from the reservoir and put it on the fire. But no, they're busy. These bureaucrats, these politicians are putting the money in their pockets. Come on, let's be real. What's going on? We've got big sugar cane here. There's so much going on. So what I want to do, it's about a quarter after 2 a.m. And I want to show you with a high intensity flashlight what this algae looks like at night. I've done videos here on my channel of what it looks like in the daytime. It's like split pea soup. It's like a green blue yuck, and it stinks and it's nasty. And all they do at the marina is put a sign up: swim at own risk. Really? You know, they really should get people out of here. They've got the funds, but they're not using it. We have to call on you guys. I'm going to put a link in here for the GoFundMe. Anything you can do. If you can't do anything financial, call the politicians. Call Florida Governor Rick Scott's office. Call Senator Bill Nelson's office. Call our state representatives. Call the federal representatives. Francis Rooney, call his office, and tell them, please help the liveaboards. I'm doing podcast on this. Go to Blog Talk Radio. Show name is The Informant. Go on Apple iTunes, The Informant. I'm doing shows where I've got a lot of information to get out. And so what I want to do right now, since I'm kind of running out of time, it's very late. I'm going to grab my flashlight here. I want to show you the particleization that this algae does in the water. As I'm on a Catalina 27. We're at the marina here, Rosen Park, Cape Coral, Florida. I'm going to show you with this flashlight so you can see this firsthand in the water. I'm trying to get this camera around so you can see this. Not sure how good it's going to show up, but yeah. That is the algae bloom. And this is nasty stuff. So as you can see, we're kind of in between tides right now. And I'm not sure. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, I've got my lights on out here. But anything you guys could do. If you can't help us financially, call the senators, call the governor. Folks, this is a bad situation. It's not just myself and my wife, who's 8 months pregnant. We're worried about the health concerns of our unborn child, the long-term health concerns. There's a couple that lives out here. Within 24 hours of each other, they were both in the hospital due to respiratory illness. I could feel it in my eyes, my throat, my nose. It's bad stuff. My lungs feel tight. My wife is having a hard time. I'm doing all I can, folks. There's people in here on fixed incomes. It's not as simple as just taking your boat and going out. I mean, there's a big boat next to me here, and he doesn't live on it. So there are some people with money, but you go out, I don't know if you can see that, if you go out to Caloosahatchee, it's all infested with the red tide, the toxic algae bloom, and it takes money. It's 100 degrees, it's 100% humidity. With a pregnant wife or somebody that's got health ailments, it's not a good situation, and it costs lots of money. Even if you're self-contained, which we're not, we rely on the water and the electric here at the marina. You're going to burn through so much gas and maintenance. It's just not feasible for a lot of people. Most people can't afford that. So anything anyone can do to help us is greatly appreciated. And it's a bigger concern than a lot of people think. As I said before, this is more widespread. I just found that out today. Not only do we have fish kills out here because of this algae, in other parts of the United States, in other parts of the world, British Columbia, the 2 fish farms lost half of their salmon. This has been reported, the same algae, the cyanobacteria, reported in Michigan, Texas. I'm seeing articles everywhere, and that's what I do. I'm a researcher. But check out my show, The Informant. Please help go fund me, donate what you can, or just call these politicians. Tell them something must be done specifically for the liveaboard community. Now keep in mind, we've been on a lot of news media, and the reporters, the media's actually done a good job, solid information. There's some things about this, like I just said, they won't report on. That's why I do my podcast. But again, this is Will Zariski, Florida licensed investigator. Thank you. God bless you. And hopefully we'll get through this. And the due date is September 7th, by the way. They say we're having a girl. Boy, but still nervous because, with them not knowing the long-term effects, I'm excited that we're having a child. I'm also very concerned about the health. I mean, no wonder we're seeing more and more people dying younger and younger, more and more children born with birth defects. So I'm doing everything I can. I've got my wife the best vitamins that I could get her, natural. We try to eat clean, no GMOs. It's very hard these days. We're trying to do everything healthy. It's just so hard. Our business isn't doing good in the summer months. A lot of people get out of the area and come back. And it's hot. Our air conditioner's not working good. Anything you folks can do. There's a couple down here. They're in and out of the hospital. This is very serious, folks. God bless.